Mexico 1, Paraguay 2, another international window without a win. 8 consecutive matches that Mexico have not gotten a win versus CONMEBOL opponents. And now 6 matches consecutively where Mexico has not gotten a win in the international window. I mean, we didn't win in the last window for Colombia, Ecuador. We didn't win in the one previous versus South Korea and versus Japan. I remember the last time we won, honestly, it's been a while. And it's just like such a negative streak to go into the next part of, right before the World Cup. Because you're going to be facing some really tough selecciones. But before we get into everything, make sure you guys subscribe, like, check out all the platform links down below. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Charla Football. I'm your host, as always, Gerardo, here with Tomas. We just finished watching Paraguay versus Mexico, a tragic performance from La Selección Mexicana. And, I mean, now we're going into 2026, a World Cup year, and without a win. And I just... It's just such an inconsistent view of the Mexican national teams because, after the Gold Cup, everything was on high. And then ever since then, just been going lower and lower and lower, expectations going down once again. So it's like, what is the true level of this Mexican national team? So based on what you saw against Paraguay, bro, what are your instant reactions? What are you thinking?
I mean, I feel like we have a sense of being able to say now that Javier Aguirre does not know how to utilize international windows, especially before a World Cup. Mm-hmm. That's about it. That's about all we can see because, one, he doesn't play the best players because
he's still trying to test. He's still trying to
put. Prior to World Cup, you should have your fucking squad. I mean, the World Cup's, it's not in 2 years, not in 3 years, not in 4 years.
It's in a few months.
Mm-hmm. And look, he's feeling iffy about the goalie. I feel that as well. Yeah. Right? I feel like that's valid. But your back line, I mean, I don't feel like that should ever change, right? And if your back line's fucking up, like we've been seeing with Gallardo, that can't go forward, where you want a team that can produce, then put it in Mateo Chavez and leave him in. The kid plays, 60 minutes?
And then he always gets taken out.
He gets taken out by Gallardo, who puts in a terrible... He can't even... Gallardo looked like he couldn't even control the ball today.
He did have a fuck up right there, yeah.
It just... It's so complicated. It's so complex where we look to the rest of the world like we're a shit team, where not even our best players are getting the chemistry that is meant to be built during these windows.
Yeah. I think after the Gold Cup, everything has just been so confusing because, we looked good in the Gold Cup, but to be fair, we were playing teams like Suriname, Honduras, USAC team, and ever since, we played that final, we're like, oh yeah, Mexico's back. This is we won the doblete. Javier Aguirre was nominated as best coach of the year based off of those two Cup wins, but then you see performances like this when you're playing against Asia's best and then CONMEBOL's best. I mean, the only teams that you haven't played from CONMEBOL is Argentina and Brazil, because if you did play against those teams, you would have been smacked off the park. And in the next international window, which won't be until March, we're gonna be facing we're gonna be facing Portugal and Belgium, and they're two powerhouses right now in European football. And I just don't see where the win's gonna come from. I know there's gonna be an international window or microciclo in January. We're gonna go win or fight against Central American teams, but that's a win essentially in the bag, But it doesn't show the true value. It doesn't show the true level of this national team. I don't think we're gonna see it until the World Cup, honestly.
Like you just said, we're gonna have a microciclo versus Central American teams, right?
Yeah, two games. Yeah.
Why the fuck would, when we play Colombia, use a mixed squad? Why would we use a mixed squad versus Ecuador? Why would we use the mixed squad today? And the mixed squad this past weekend versus Uruguay. I
think, to be fair, there are a lot of injuries. Key players like Vega, who could have easily been a starter.
Okay. But it's like Vega, okay.
Huescas, Luis Chavez, maybe.
Luis Chavez, to be honest, to be fair to you, bro, I mean, the whole problem was that we didn't have a lefty, right? Now it looks like, we don't need one.
With Mora?
I mean, Mora's a lefty, but he's a 10. Chavez is kind of like a left center mid. Mm-hmm. But Mora's, bro, it looks like, at least right now, in that 3-man midfield that we have, it looks like we don't need a fucking left.
Yeah, I like the midfield from the end of the Uruguay game going to this first half. I feel like the midfield is pretty competent with Lira, Marcel, and Mora.
Yeah. So I feel like that's probably one of the solid points. Our midfield is decent with those three in there.
Yeah, and I just don't know what happened in the second half. I think, I know exactly what happened in the second half. Julio Enciso, who's a player that's a quality player, has played in the Premier League. Right now he plays in Ligue 1 with Strasbourg, but he's a class player. Obviously, he's different level compared to everybody else that's on the field. So, and he showed that technical quality. Both of the goals came through him, essentially. The first ball that fell to Sanabria for Paraguay to open up the goal 4 minutes into the second half, that was Enciso from the right wing.
That was beautiful cross, but I don't feel like any goalkeeper should be beat in their own 6-yard box.
I mean that's an argue. I feel like that should have been a foul. In my opinion, I think Malagon did win the ball, but I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, I feel like
we were talking about that. Grab the fucking ball.
Yeah, Malagon should have been like.
I want to see the day that Malagon comes out with some fucking balls and grabs the ball and demands it. Malagon is 5'11". Every time he comes out, I swear he's like 5'8".
Yeah, it's because he makes himself smaller. But as a goalkeeper, you have to make yourself larger, block the goal as much as you can. But it's just so complicated because like he in that play specifically where Paraguay opened up the scoring in this game, like he goes in with his feet. You know, it's just like as if he was a defender. And I feel like, I mean, I don't know what else you're supposed to do because I'm not a goalkeeper coach. I don't know everything about the goalkeeper position, but I do understand you have to make yourself bigger, especially in such a reduced space.
Look, I mean, just going off my personal experience a little bit. Obviously, I didn't play fucking professional, but every time I was in front of the keeper's box, in the 6-yard box, trying to tap in, and every time I was saved, it's because the keeper either came out with his fucking body up or just beat me to the ball. And if you don't beat the player to the ball, you have to come out with your body up and bigger.
Yeah, make yourself big.
And Malagon kind of slides down with his legs and lays down like a fucking little... I mean, that's just... Bro, what the fuck else can I call this guy?
Yeah.
Every time he does it, he's just done it for America when they played Pumas. He's done it for America when they played Cruz Azul. And even the America fan base is talking shit about their own keeper.
Yeah, honestly, I would have liked to see Talar Rangel once again from the start because he did play a very good match against Uruguay, played a very good match against Ecuador in the recent window, and then, I mean, we know Paraguay is a good national team. They play in CONMEBOL, probably the hardest qualifiers in all of the world. I feel like we should have seen our best 11 in both matches. I don't think we should have seen too much rotation. There were 7 changes from the first game to the second game. And I feel like that's just a lot of change. I mean, it looked good in the first 45. I wasn't complaining. But then I don't know if it was just the intensity of the Paraguayos in the second half or just the quality that some of these players do contain.
Like you said, bro, Enciso came in. Enciso changed that match.
Yeah.
And Mexico's mistakes didn't help.
Yeah.
No, I mean, he takes out when we're down, right? We're down 2-1. Takes out Mateo Chavez, a wingback that knows how to go forward, that likes to go forward.
Just a few moments
takes
after.
out Mora.
The same like substitution.
The same substitution takes out the winger that's providing the most going forward to the left side, and the one that's providing the most going through the middle. You know, and then he just makes these subs where it looks like he wants to fucking lose. I just don't understand. Is it fucking ASO? Everybody gets a turn to play.
I don't want to say it. I don't think it's like him wanting to lose. I think it's just like he says. I mean, the real test isn't until the inauguration game. That's where we're gonna see like the best 11. I think he just wants to see players even if we're losing. You know, he's like, I'm still gonna see them. That's why Ormia comes on. He hasn't seen him in the window. Acevedo would have came on if Malagon was still hurt. It wouldn't have been Talar Rangel. So I think he's just trying to give as much opportunities as he can to see like what these players are made of because there's honestly no more windows. Once it comes March, like he's not gonna be testing as much as we think he might be testing. I feel like that's where we're gonna have to see our best. We're gonna be playing some of the best selecciones in the world.
Is there even any tournament before the World Cup in March?
No, there's nothing.
It's just nothing, right?
No, it's just FIFA window for March for all the national teams because by then we would already know like who's playing in what group. Everyone's already qualified for the World Cup. Besides, I think the people that are going to repechaje, which is like right before the World Cup. But yeah, that March window is going to be key to see like who's going to be our starting 11. The only player I think he's going to be testing to see if he's going to be made for the World Cup is Fidalgo. Because I feel like they might call him up for that time. But I don't know. That's like a whole... If you guys haven't seen that discourse, look at the last video. But overall, I guess in this international window, there are a lot of things to learn. There are a lot of players that I don't necessarily say I wouldn't want to see. Maybe there's like a Kevin Alvarez who was like, why is he even there in the first place? Who's like another player that's like, I don't think he should be here.
I don't think he should be here at all.
Yeah. Right now, all I can think is just Kevin Alvarez.
Kevin Alvarez, I mean...
Because there's no one that was like poor, throughout like these 2 matches.
It's just he didn't put in the best players.
I think it's a collective issue at this moment, or a confidence issue, knowing that they haven't won matches in the past like few games.
I feel like there was a confidence issue with the second game between Chiquete and Edson.
And Edson. And they never played together.
I feel like that stemmed from also Malagon just being
right behind him.
I don't think he was ordering anybody. I think it was just Edson. Edson had the captain ban.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just like, I don't know. It just felt so insecure with those 2 center backs and that goalie.
Yeah. It's the 7 changes. I think it's just changing so much from one game to another. It's difficult to really build chemistry upon that. You know, I feel like maybe we should have seen something similar to what we saw against Uruguay, because we saw in the first half against Uruguay we did very well, pressing together, very organized, and there was at least 3 key opportunities for even Raúl Jiménez to score, but just didn't happen against Uruguay.
Let's reference this Gold Cup. Like, how was everything utilized? You know, the 2 center backs stayed the same. You know, it was Montes and Cesar. Malagón was in goal the whole time. And then the ones that were kind of rotational was the left back position with
Mateo and Gallardo.
Mateo and Gallardo. Mateo got more minutes in, you know, in the
towards like the latter stages.
In the last group stage, quarterfinals, and
Julian
semifinals.
On the right back.
And Julian got into the right back, and Julian was doing fairly well. I mean, I liked him more than Jorge Sanchez, and I know a lot of people did too. By the time the final came, he took both of those players out.
Yeah. He
kept Gil Mora in, but I mean, we didn't have another revulsivo like that, so we had to keep him in. My idea is this: you saw the bases that helped you and the subs that benefited you, right? Why didn't you use those subs coming into these fecha FIFAs? You know, you're going out there to win, no? Like, you know your base.
Yeah.
If you think Malagon's iffy, okay, give Tal Rangel a chance, give Acevedo a chance, okay. I understand that part, right? You know, you think you're iffy on him.
You gotta see. Yeah.
Is he iffy on Cesar Montes? Why is Edson Alvarez going center back?
Possibly.
He can say that. Is he iffy on Johan Vasquez? If he's not, why the fuck is Chiquete playing? He can come in as a sub after we had shut down Paraguay and we're up 2-3-0, right? But why is he starting? I don't understand that. Like, if, you know, the World Cup is in what, 8 months?
7, yeah.
7 months? You should have your fucking starters building chemistry. If you're by your starters, that's when you sub in players. You know, what can this person do for me?
Yeah.
For this team.
Revulsivos, yeah, off the bench.
Now, the other positions the same fucking thing. The only ones I understand is the ones that are injured. But for the back line and everything else, I don't understand why the fuck you're subbing everybody out.
But I mean, at the end of the day, bro, essentially this is all we have. You know, we're missing maybe from the injured list as well. Like, there's only a handful that really would make a difference. Huescas, maybe.
Huescas, Santi would be in.
Off of the bench. Who else?
Huescas, Santi. Who else is injured?
I mean, Chino's injured, Vega's injured, but I just don't think they would make much of a difference. Yeah. Vega would start. Would he make a difference? I don't know, because we just haven't seen those guys like make really any differences. There hasn't been a player that's been like, a difference maker. Gil Mora is the one, and he's been playing. You know, he's actually been getting consistent run of minutes for the past few windows when he's called up, at least.
It's just fairly difficult to say right now, but my idea is that he had his team coming off of the Gold Cup. Those players were injured. Okay, now you use new players. You have your base of what you want. You don't like a position. Okay, use a new player in that position. If you're not iffy about the position, don't switch it up.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's solid on Lira.
Yeah, Lira is the one that played the full 90 minutes
solid
today.
On Lira.
Edson played the full 90 minutes today as well. Obviously, not like a handful of players, but Lira I think is one of his favorite players. Lira, and I think he's going to be a starter at the World Cup. I think he's going to take Edson's position in the midfield. I'm not saying Edson won't play, but I think Edson will probably be dropped to center back.
Edson at right center back, I don't hate it.
Yeah, he played very well against Paraguay. I'm not gonna lie. We got scored on 2 times, but I'm not gonna say those are his fault.
I'm saying, look, I don't want to blame, because at the end of the day, to get to the goal, they have to go through 11 players, right? I mean, in this case, they went through 2-3. But on that second rebote, Malagón kind of hits the ball into the middle of the 18-yard box.
Yeah, as a goalkeeper, you have to be a little bit more certero, like be dominant inside of your box.
I feel like
you know?
He even extended his leg instead of using his arms.
Yeah, just hold it right there.
Whereas, I mean, you see every keeper, the ball comes straight to them, they kind of put their knee down. They put their knee down instinctively and they try to grab it, right? Why are you like trying to kick the ball, grab it, and just shoot? You put it back into the middle of the field.
Into danger, yeah.
They hit the ball, there's a rebote, they cross it in. Obviously, second time, obviously had to be in Cecil. I mean, bro, it's just
there was already a play like that first half as well. I think it was like a shot from like a few yards out. He punts it out, but I feel like it was a ball that he could have grabbed, like a routine save, you know?
I don't know if he's too short. I don't know if his confidence is low.
I think it's more of like a confidence thing.
And it's because...
And he was being booed throughout the whole match too, and he wasn't safe from the boos today either. The Mexico fans were on one today.
I don't understand that because, I mean, San Antonio... There's fans... Well, look, San Antonio does have a lot of fans from Torreon, and Monterrey, so maybe that could play a factor.
That's what I'm thinking. Most people probably wanted to see Acevedo.
Most people probably maybe wanted to see Acevedo. Correct? Yeah, it's close to the border, so maybe a couple people made the trip hoping that Acevedo would get some minutes. But I mean, there's just no reason to boo him unless he's fucking up. Like after he fucked up, I get the boost. But before, it's just you're just bringing his confidence down.
Yeah,
his confidence is already fucking low because, I mean,
he just hasn't been in a good moment for over a year now since his injuries.
It's just terrible, but I mean, we'll see what happens with that part.
Yeah, overall, I mean, it's just a difficult window to really judge La Selección. I think the only thing I can really judge and say is just that, like, the confidence going into this next part into a World Cup year is just not going to be good. This was a key moment to get a good result. Not even a win, but I mean, not even a draw, but at least a 1-0. Even if it was scrappy from a PK that the ref gave us, I wouldn't care. Just get a win, so that way your confidence isn't that low going to a World Cup year. Because this is going to be, we only have a handful of games left, and then who knows quien nos toca in the first game in the inaugural match, bro. Hopefully we get a light. Not like a light group, and it's not too difficult. Hopefully Infantino can help us out there, maybe get us to quarterfinals. I want that package that Argentina got.
The Argentina package?
But
that one's pricey, bro.
I don't know if we're gonna have enough money for that. But I don't know, it's gonna be interesting, and I think it's just like right now as a Mexico fan, like how do you feel about the national team? Like do you feel like confident that, based off how we performed against Asia's best and South America's best, like man, imagine we play like an African team and one of Africa's best in an inaugural match, or even just like an underdog type of team. Like, what if we play Uruguay again? I mean, Uruguay or Paraguay again. Like, it's just like, it's just those things it's the little things. It's just that difficult to see, like, where we're really gonna make something different in this World Cup. I love it, but
it's because playing like this, we wouldn't even beat a mid-tier European team. Like, we got Serbia, we wouldn't beat them. Mm-hmm. If we got
Scotland,
Switzerland, we wouldn't beat them. Yeah. We got a mid-tier team like that.
Ireland, all the teams that are like fighting there.
Well, we wouldn't beat those teams, not even at home, I believe. But
yeah, it all stems down to the same issue, bro. Like most of these players, like whether they're in Europe or South America, they're all playing like European ball at the end of the day. Yeah. They just have more quality, and like the Liga MX level players that we have, they're good, but they're just not of that next level. They're not that next quality that is really needed to take your national team to like that extra escalon.
I just feel like Javier Aguirre has a situation where he just loves depending on players instead of trying something new. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
when we were playing 4-4-2, I didn't mind like the scrappiness, like the shit house ball. It worked. We got results. It wasn't pretty.
We won a Gold Cup and a CONCACAF Nations League.
And right now I feel like he's trying to do like that 4-3-3 and trying to play like as a protagonist. But this team isn't made to be a protagonist. This team is like meant to be an underdog team, and it's weird to say because your host in Mexico is like used to being like the biggest team in the CONCACAF region, some of the best in maybe even the world. I mean, at some point under La Volpe, we were like top 4, top 6 in ranking. So like Mexico fans, Mexican media, they'd have this idea that Mexico have to be the protagonist in every single match. But I'm like, dude, it's okay. Like playing that terrorist ball, like low block, playing only 46 minutes with the ball like throughout the 90. Like it's not a big deal as long as you get the results. But right now it's neither or we're getting neither right now.
Italy has how many World Cups? 4?
I don't know. Maybe like 3 or 4.
3 or 4, right? And they don't play protagonist ball.
Yeah, they're not even made the World Cup in the past like 2 years. Probably. I mean, they probably will make this one, but who knows? They're playing repechaje too.
My thought is this: like, there's teams that just sometimes. I mean, England played fucking terrorist ball for 60 years and won 1 World Cup, right? Mm. Why can't Mexico just fucking do it? I don't give a fuck how you win a World Cup. I promise you, I don't care. I promise you, Mexico doesn't care. Yeah. I promise you, the media won't care as long as you get results. Yeah. And playing a 4-4-2, I mean, it worked.
Yeah, it was working for those few games.
I think he's trying to. I don't know what he's trying to do, but a 4-4-2 with Mora at the 10.
Or even just going back to a 5-3-2. That's like one of the best things that we've seen the national team perform.
I love the 5-3-2, especially the 5-3-2. I love the 5-back, especially the one that we utilized versus Honduras, where Huescas was at right back and the left back was still Gallardo, right? Mm-hmm. Left wing back. But Huescas just looked crafty as fuck on that right wing back position.
Yeah, I mean, he's the only one that plays Champions League football. I pray to God that he will be back like from his ACL injury. Chavez recovered in 5 months. He's already training with his team. So maybe praying Huescas can still make it onto that list.
Yeah, I mean, Look, I love Mateo on the left center back. I mean, left wing back position. Yeah. I just don't think there's a left wing back that's better than him. If there is, put him up there with him. Take the fuck off. I love Cotorro. I love Brian Gonzalez. Yeah. I also really like at the right wing back position. I like Richie Ledesma. Yeah. But he has to do the one-time switch with the U.S. and
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I know the U.S. prioritizes European players. You know, players that are playing in Europe. Richie came back from Europe.
Bro, talking about the U.S., they smacked Uruguay too in this international window. That's what confuses me too, bro. It's just like we just tied 0-0 with Uruguay. Like it looks like a mix of their BC team. Mexico was like mix of their AB team as well. And it's like how can this USA team who wasn't even playing with their star, there was no Christian Pulisic, McKennie, fucking Weah, how do they smack Uruguay in the first 40 minutes already 4-0? Like how does that happen?
All right, well, let's say this. You know, there's two B teams, to be fair. Uruguay's B team is mostly Liga MX, Liga Uruguaya, and Argentina and Brazil.
Yeah. With a handful of... I mean, today they played with most of their European-based players. No, they're missing some key, like Núñez and Valverde as well. They're missing some key players, and I'm missing one more. But I don't know. To me, it just goes back to this whole Gold Cup situation where it's like, was that win against USA C team or B team, whatever you want to call it, was it a fluke? Was it a fraud win?
Well, I don't think it was a fluke because Mexico won 2 tournaments back-to-back.
But if we played that tournament, that same exact match against McKennie, against Christian Pulisic, against Florian Balogun or whatever, like if we had all those guys playing against that team, like would it have been the same result?
Yeah.
Think so? I don't know. I doubt it. Right now, I doubt it based on how we've seen this team perform for the past 5
months. It wasn't the same team, though. You need to relax.
No, it was. Essentially, it was the same team.
Okay, who were the center back pairing?
Johan Vasquez and Cesar Montes.
Who were the center back pairings today?
For USA or for today?
For Mexico.
I know, but I'm talking about this whole international window.
Yeah.
For these past few international windows since South Korea and Japan. But for the most part, it's been Johan Vasquez and Cesar Montes.
So what starting lineup did the U.S. utilize when they lost to Panama in the semifinal of the Nations League?
I'm not gonna know, bro. I probably didn't.
They used their starting lineup, starting 11, because in the past 3 Nations Leagues, they've prioritized the Nations Leagues over the Gold Cup. They've always sent the big team for the Gold Cup in the past 2 or 3 Gold Cups, right? They used their fucking A team. They lost to Panama again. You know, they got fucking wiped off the fucking map by a team that was playing scrappier than them, wanted the ball more, and wanted to win more. How did Mexico play these past 2 tournaments? The same way. So Mexico beats the U.S. easily. And I'm not saying because they had better players. It's just when you have the style of Panama, and Panama with that style was able to beat the U.S. Now a little bit more quality, and you're telling me they're gonna lose?
Like more of a collective type of football.
And look at how Mexico was playing. I mean, Mora was fucking cooking people. It also has a lot to do with the moment and the momentum coming into each game. Yeah. Mexico was coming upwards. Yeah. Each game, especially after in the Nations League when they beat Canada. After beating Canada, that's all they needed to do because I don't know if you remember this, but in that specific time, Canada was ranked higher than Mexico and the U.S. In terms of CONCACAF rankings, right? Canada was favored to win the whole tournament. Mexico knocked them out. Panama upsets the U.S., and you had 2 upsets in the final, and Mexico won it out. So, I mean, look, Mexico's A team, in a tournament with Mexico's A team, and USA's A team, and Canada's A team, and Panama's A team, Mexico won out. Now, if you want to go to the Gold Cup, obviously, the U.S. and Canada took their B and C teams, right? That's why they didn't win it. Yeah.
And now going into this World Cup, that's why I'm praying we get, like, an easy route, because we're going to need, like, to win those first 2 matches, get some confidence. And then maybe we could see, hopefully, Mexico do a good papel. But, you know, if we get a tough group, it's going to be so difficult.
The thing is that it's difficult this time. There's 3 hosts, right? So that means there's really 3 strong teams, top 10 teams that are going to be pushed down into a B category. That's fucking scary.
Imagine Mexico versus Norway.
I'm not that scared of Norway as I'd be of...
You wouldn't be scared of Norway? Or, I mean...
Not as much as I'd be scared of a 7th, 8th...
They went perfect in these eliminatories.
Against who, bro?
Against Italy and Israel, and I forgot North Macedonia or something.
All right, let me see the FIFA rankings.
I don't know, bro. Overall, it's just like it's a stressful time to be a Mexico fan.